Raphinha is the most disrespected footballer in the world right now. And not just that too, I feel like people cannot accept the fact that he's reached to a entirely new level. Okay? And before we get into it, of course, hey, it's your boy Jay Footin. If you guys want to join your boy, like, share, sub, turn on no these. You know what I'm saying? We going crazy. Now, anyway, let's get straight into this. Now, my first point here is that I feel like Raphinha is one of the most disrespected footballers in the world. Specifically for Barca fans. Yes, for my own kind, okay? I'm a Barca fan, okay? And I see a lot of people not include him and push their agenda that Raphinha is the best player in the world. Yes, I understand Lamine Yamal is great. He's goated. He's very, 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 very talented, okay? And he performed a lot, okay, through the scene. Don't let anybody else tell you that, oh, Lamine Yamal didn't show up in certain moments. No, Lamine Yamal was him, okay? He had the most dribbles in Europe, okay, by far. Okay, go look at the stats, all right? So he's incredible. But Raphinha is more of a case of hard work, okay? And the thing about him is that in his first two seasons for Barca, it wasn't insane. It wasn't great. It wasn't like ultimately great. Like, he had great moments there and there. Like, you saw glimpses of the Raphinha that you see now, but most of the time he didn't really, and it was to the point where Barca fans literally said, we don't want this guy, sell him, we don't want this guy. Now, me personally, I never wanted him to be sold, okay? He was too talented for me to get sold, okay? He literally helped Leeds United literally get to literally stay in the Premier League, okay? Him, okay? So there was no reason to really sell him. We just needed to be patient and, but Barca fans and Madrid fans, they're glory hunt. Most of them in the fan base are just glory hunters. They don't really understand what Barca or what football is, okay? They don't understand the patience of developing a player is, okay? And I feel like people have not really grasped and really taken the fact that Raphinha is one of the best players in the world, if not top three. Number one, number two, in my opinion, the best besides, Dembele. He's pretty good as well, right? Or Mohamed Salah. But I feel like Raphinha just goated, okay? And my reason is that I feel like people naturally just can't accept people's, like their expectations are very, 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 very low. I think people's expectations were very, very low for Raphinha. And Raphinha like really exceeded everybody's expectations. And if you understand humans and the way humans work, humans tend to not really like grasp like people's like involvement. Like, how sometimes you expect somebody to do something but they end up exceeding your own expectations. You're just like, what the fuck? Like, how some people are like that? I know it's weird, but a lot of people are like that, and I'll explain it to you here. So look, basically people say like we form expectations for others based on various factors, including past interactions, perceived capabilities, and societal norms. And these expectations could be conscious and unconscious. Okay, so yeah, people's expectations are always formed automatically, even before you even meet them. If you see someone, let's say someone has bad hygiene and he or she looks ugly or whatever, you're gonna assume, and your expectations are gonna be like, this person is gonna be a mean person, whatever, right? But if the person is pretty or beautiful or handsome or whatever, pause, right? You're gonna automatically think, oh yeah, they're great people, they're a good person. You know what I'm saying? So, and when they exceed your own expectations, like let's say the good-looking person or whatever is a piece of shit, you're gonna be like, what the fuck, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Or if the person is ugly or whatever, but it ends up being a good person, you're gonna be like, what? Like, this person's actually really like a really good, cool person. Like, have you noticed that sometimes if you're ugly or anything, you understand what I'm talking about, and I can relate. When you're like ugly or whatever, and people are automatically gonna treat you like shit or whatever, and then all of a sudden you end up being this chill person or whatever, and people are like, wait, you're nice? Like, you ever heard those like interactions before? Like, right? And let me explain it even further, right? So another example is a letdown, right? A sense of a disappointment that previous expectations was not the reality, even if the new reality is positive, which I just explained, right? So even if if the human being has an expectation of you the fact that you exceeded their own, like in their own world, like you exceeded their own expectations of you, even if it's positive, even if you're improving your life, niggas will still hate. You know what I'm saying? People will still hate. Like, no, fuck this guy. What? And they won't say it out loud, obviously, but there will be like, you know, dickheads or whatever. Like, and you know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like Raphinha is experiencing right now. He's worked hard. He worked his butt off, whatever. And now he's exceeded so many expectations to the point where it's just like people are not fully taking and grasping of the fact of like, yo, Raphinha had arguably one of the greatest seasons ever for individual footballer. Like 62 plus goal contributions in one season. That's not normal. That's not normal. I don't care. That's not normal. Only some of the greatest players in history have met those expectations. Okay, so like, I think people are not comprehending, right? And of course, leads into my next point here: a fear of change, right? The unknown of a change dynamic could be unsettling. Like I just explained, people can't fully grasp the fact that Raphinha is him. Like he's the main man. He's not the supporting. Oh, he's not behind your mall, whatever. He's actually that guy. And it's taking time for people to, you know, like I know he has the captaincy. People got the captaincy. He got the captaincy. Everybody's like, oh yeah, he's the captain now, whatever. But I don't think people fully grasp that he's not just the captain. He's one of the best players in the world, like top 3. All right. And let's talk about his season stats, okay? Because I don't think people understand how historical his season was. Okay, this guy got 38 goals in all competitions. That's insane. Okay, that's insane. That's insane. 38 goals? 38. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, oh, no, but Messi and Ronaldo, they got 60. Stop comparing Messi and Ronaldo to nowadays players. Messi and Ronaldo are on a different planet. Don't be doing that shit. Okay, because we don't do that here. All right? Raphinha had an all-time great individual footballing season. Okay, I wish he won the Champions League. Oh, man, I'm so mad about that. But yeah, right? He also got 24 assists. And what does that equal to? 60 plus 62. Incredible. 24 assists. That's Messi numbers. That's Lionel Messi numbers. Messi was averaging 20 plus assists per season. That's how goated it was. Okay? Incredible. Okay? So, like, looking at these stats, right? He even scored 13 goals in the Champions League. I understand the Champions League has a bit more games, obviously, whatever. But still, it's still a great feat. 13 goals in one single Champions League competition. The only person to ever, like, do those type of numbers is Ronaldo. He did Messi Ronaldo numbers, bro. And Ronaldo was insane. 17 goals, like, broken. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that Raphinha was able to do this, the amount of times he stepped up, the hat trick against Bayern Munich, the goals against Real Madrid, and just a lot of great moments. His comeback moment against Benfica. Like, come on, bro. And the fact that nobody's really talking about him. We're talking about Pedri. We're talking about Lamine Yamal. Like, yes, they're like Pedri and them. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh my goodness. And I know it's because they have natural talent. When people have natural talent, they tend to be rejoiced more. It's kind of like a pretty bitch, right? If a bitch is pretty, then she's automatically gonna be dick sucked, right? But if a person had to really work his ass off, it's gonna take time for people to be like, oh, okay, you're actually like that. Because people's expectations are, you know, they're kind of delayed. You could kind of say humans are delayed. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, in conclusion, I feel like Raphinha is one of the best players in the world. And I feel like he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves, not just from the world, but from Barca fan base in and of itself. Okay? And it's to the point where even in the Ballon d'Or rankings, the guy's very low. And I know the Ballon d'Or doesn't really matter, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a great award to get. Okay? And the fact that he's pretty low on the list, like 5th or 6th place, people are ranking him that low. I'm just like, what are y'all doing, bruh? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay strong, stay safe, stay blessed. And I have more uploads on the way, so stay tuned. Yeah, peace.